Yo, what? What is happening? Ah, look at all of that gigantic dental tartar. What's up, everyone? My name is Dr. Mind. I'm a dentist. Let's watch this tartar cleaning video, and I'll tell you how did we even get to this stage and how to avoid something like this. Oh my god. Okay, so obviously we have massive amounts of dental tartar, and they're accumulated in the inside of the lower teeth. Here's what we're looking at. So we have the lower incisors, canines, premolars. He's starting from the posterior or the back region, and he's starting to clean all of that dental tartar. Looks like there's a fractured or broken tooth as well. Quite in the back. I don't know if you saw it behind that premolar, guys. And he's using this ultrasonic scaler to help remove the dental. Oh, it's falling off in big chunks. And if you think this is a lot, trust me, if you go by my channel, you're gonna see even bigger tartar cases than this. Oh, and look at how also the ultrasonic scaler is able to also remove the dental stains, okay, the points of dental stains. And one of the ways that we know the dental tartar that really got bad is that when it starts to cover not only the area of the tooth near the gum line, but it starts to extend into the rest of the tooth. So normally it's starting roughly around the gum line. What is the gum? The gum is this pinkish area around the tooth. There's the neck of the gum. As you can see here, the operator is continuing to remove all of that dental tartar. And in the front, we also have a whole ton of dental tartar as well. Look at how the teeth tartar gets stuck into particular grooves and pits in the on the surface of the tooth, because the tooth surface not only just this flat smooth surface. No, it also has these pits and small tiny holes that the tartar can sneak into and get stuck there. If you notice also, there's something else, and that is, unfortunately, there's the crown of the tooth, which is fine to be visible, but also because there's something called as gum recession that happened. Okay, so these gums that are around the tooth, they start to slowly recede and exposing the root of the tooth. That is a problem too. Why is this a problem? Because for multiple reasons, one of them being the roots are more sensitive in comparison with the crown. The root is covered with something that's called as cementum, whereas the crown's external layer is something called as enamel. Oh, look at all of that dental tartar being removed. Huge chunks of dental tartar just, oh god. Look at how also you have the tooth having some grade of mobility, which is very bad. Again, talked about gum recession happening. There's their tooth sensitivity. One of the things, another thing is that normally when gum recession happens, also is often preceded by some degree of the bone underlying the gums could have been destroyed as well, and brought down. So think of this, the gum being the coverage. Underneath it, there is also some bone. actually called alveolar bone, the one supporting the tooth. So as that bone resorbs or drops, the gum will follow, because the gum is often covering that bone, okay, and portion of the tooth. This is very bad because this alveolar bone is also supporting the tooth in place and it's holding it together. And as you can see, as the tartar is being removed, there are these spaces, and these spaces, they're not. A lot of people miss. Oh, look at that huge piece. Oh, it got stuck of dental tartar. Okay, so a lot of people misunderstand those spaces as to like, okay, they happen because of the tartar remover, but that's actually not true. That's incorrect. Um, these spaces start to happen as the bone resorbs, and the dental tartar fills those spaces in an unhealthy way. And hence, once the tartar gets removed, then you can see those spaces. But in fact, if the tartar stayed and the gum inflammation stayed in periodontal disease, continue to progress, then actually the space underneath that dental tartar would continue to progress, would just simply continue to get worse. You understand? So we're looking at the operator cleaning the incisors here, getting to the canines and moving more posteriorly, but we're still in the lower front teeth. He's gonna proceed to move backwards. Right now, he still looks like cleaning the lower front teeth, lower anteriors. He will move towards the canine, and the premolar region as the operator progresses here. And as I told you, as you can see, there is that degree of mobility, and that degree of mobility will get actually worse with time if this dental tartar and dental plaque is not dealt with. As you can see, there are also teeth stains, and the gums really appear to be inflamed because this is not the natural state for the gums. They're being pressured and irritated by the existence of all of that dental tartar and dental plaque. Very often, unfortunately, the roots of these teeth would be very sensitive to air exposure, to cold exposure, even to touch. Even for a lot of people, they could be irritated when that ultrasonic scaler would maybe touching the roots of those teeth. So if you're wondering why does the ultrasonic scaler, um, oh, look at that gigantic piece, oh my god. So if you're wondering why does the ultrasonic scaler push out some water as the operator is using it, and the reason is it helps with cooling so that the tooth doesn't overheat as the operator uses the ultrasonic scaler. That's the reason. By the way, I'll attach a playlist if you like videos like this. If you want to learn more about dental tartar, in the comment section or in the description box, you can check out my channel also. By the way, don't forget to be subbing and liking, and we will continue watching this crazy case of dental tartar removal. Okay, so as you can see, also attempts to remove the stains. So not only the dental plaque and dental tartar removal, but also trying to address the stains. It's very good. So I try to raise awareness about periodontal health and periodontal disease, because for many people, this can be happening in their mouth without them even really paying a lot of attention to it. They may be thinking, oh, okay, I have some plaque, but they're ignoring it. Often it's not really that much painful if someone has dental tartar or plaque, unless if the gums are really irritated or like inflamed. Now he gets to the upper teeth, and he looks like he's starting with the upper teeth backside, cleaning that molar tooth. Again, a whole ton of, oh, they're dropping in huge chunks of dental tartar. Oh my god, I'm really crazy. Oh. Huge pieces in crazy amounts. The suction can barely handle the size of these dental tartar pieces. So unfortunately, also there's some sticky stains on the tooth beneath all of that dental tartar and dental calculus. So I'm not sure why he started with that particular tooth. The way I would do it is I would start with the most posterior tooth, the tooth that is furthest in the back, not the one before it, and proceed systematically forward. But as long as all the teeth get cleaned, then generally it should be fine. Okay, so it's very important to maintain excellent oral hygiene to avoid having something like this from happening, because this can happen to any of us if they neglect oral health for long enough period of time. Well, this is what's going to happen. As you can see, there's also gum recession for the upper teeth, particularly like those premolars. Looks like they are having. Okay, so he's going for the tooth in the back. Like as I told you, as long as they get clean, it's not a huge deal. It's just personal preference. I would rather be preferred to go for the most posterior tooth, or the tooth that's in the back, farthest in the back. Okay, look, the dental tartar and dental calculus goes as far as covering even a lot of the surface of the crown, which can be very annoying. Look, even some of the dental tartar is going in the occlusal surface or in the biting surface of those molars. So that dental tartar, like, it can really kind of try to stick anywhere it can on the tooth, and it's not always very easy to clean. Some of that dental tartar can be extremely sticky, and looks like this is, oh, okay, look at all, and look at the gaps and spaces between the teeth. I think we're done. Okay, that's me. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. A lot of you enjoy these videos, but don't forget to subscribe. So please subscribe to Drmodentist